Why are some people more intelligent than others? ठीक है, इंटेलिजेंस इंटरप्ले बिटवीन नेचर एंड नर्चर, ये हमने लाइफ में भी पहले भी बहुत बारी किया है. द इंटरप्ले बिटवीन नेचर एंड नर्चर. नेचर मतलब कि आप बायोलॉजिकली या बाय जेनेटिक्स आप में क्या आती है, एंड बाय नर्चर मतलब योर इन्वायरमेंट. How your nurture or how your environment has influenced you is what nature versus nurture interplay is. और ये कभी भी चीज सॉल्व नहीं हो सकती है. ये हमेशा एक थ्योरी ऐसी है या एक it's a gameplay that has always been like a versus nature versus nurture. But यहाँ हम इंटेलिजेंस में कैसे कर रहे हैं कि हमारी इंटेलिजेंस जो है वो जेनेटिकली एंड इन्वायरमेंटली हमें कैसे हेल्प कर रही है टू बी मोर एडजस्टिंग और बी मोर इंटेलिजेंट, और हम कैसे अपने इन्वायरमेंट को अपनी तरीके से ढाल देते हैं. ठीक है, दिस इज व्हाट द इंटरप्ले ऑफ नेचर एंड नर्चर. यहाँ पे अब वॉइस नहीं है, यहाँ पे नेचर एंड नर्चर है. ठीक है. The evidence of heredity influences on intelligence comes mainly from studies on twins or adopted children. ठीक है. The intelligence of identical twins reared together correlate almost 0.90. So twins separated early in childhood show considerable similarity in their intellectual पर्सनैलिटी एंड बिहेवियरल कैरेक्टरिस्टिक. ठीक है, तो ये आपको बता रहे हैं कि कैसे उनका जो ट्विन स्टडी है कि जब दो बच्चे अलग होते हैं लेकिन फिर भी उनका जो इंटेलिजेंस है, जो उनकी पर्सनैलिटी है, जो उनका बिहेवियरल है, वो भी कितना सिमिलर है. ठीक है. The intelligence of identical twins reared in different environments correlate. अगर वो अलग अलग environment में है और वो दोनों same environment में है तब जाके कैसा है. Same environment में है तो उनका 0.90 का है, अलग अलग में है तो 0.72 का है. दोज ऑफ फ्रिटर्नल ट्विंस रियर टुगेदर मतलब साथ में पले पड़े हैं, कोरिलेट ऑलमोस्ट 0.60. ओके, एंड दोज ब्रदर्स एंड सिस्टर्स रियर टुगेदर एक ही, they are born and brought up into one house, correlate about 0.50. ठीक है. While siblings reared apart मतलब they were in separate houses, उनका होता है 0.25. Another line of evidence. So these are all evidence based things. Okay, this is about the adopted child. ठीक है, which shows that the children's intelligence is more similar to the biological rather than the adoptive parents. Their intelligence is more into the biological parents and they have correlation to that rather than the adoptive parents. Okay. With respect to the role of environment, studies have reported that as children grow in age, their intelligence level tends to move closer to the adoptive parent. Children from disadvantaged homes adopted into families with higher socioeconomic status exhibit a large increase in their intelligence scores. Okay, so here the thing is very different, that if they have been brought up, if they have been born in a non less socioeconomic background, and have they been reared in a higher socioeconomic background, so their level of intelligence has increased significantly. Okay, there is a general consensus among psychologists that intelligence is a product of complex interactions of heredity and environment. ठीक है, a complex, another thing to underline. ठीक है, psychologist that intelligence is a product of complex interaction of heredity and environment or nurture. Heredity can be best viewed as something that sets a range within which an individual's development is actually shaped by the support and the opportunities of the environment. Okay? Assessment of intelligence. Now, in 1905, again, please underline 1905, Alfred Binet and Theodore Simon made the first successful attempt to formally measure intelligence. Okay, इंटेलिजेंस हम कैसे मेजर करते हैं, जो हम बोलते हैं ना आईक्यू, इंटेलिजेंस कोशेंट, हमें उसको मेजर करने के लिए 1905 में अल्फ्रेड बिने एंड थियोडोर साइमन ने आपको एक टेस्ट स्केल मेजर करके दिया था, ठीक है। दे गेव द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ मेंटल एज विच इज अ मेजर ऑफ पर्सन's intellectual development relative to people of his or her child's performance on an intelligent test equals to the average performance level of a ग्रुप ऑफ 5 year olds, ठीक है। क्रोनोलॉजिकल एज इज योर बायोलॉजिकल एज। मेंटल एज आपकी क्या है कि आप इंटेलेक्चुअली कितने डेवलप्ड इंसान हो, ठीक है। चाहे जो आपके फ्रेंड्स है या जो भी है उनके साथ पले पड़े होके आपकी मेंटल एज क्या है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर कुछ आप लोगों ने सुना होगा, लाइक गाइस मस्ट हैव हर्ड दिस दैट योर मेंटल एज और योर वे mature than your age. Hmm. You must have heard that, so the person has grown up faster than their age. Grown up faster than an age means their chronological age may be just 25, but their way of thinking about life is about 35 or 45. That's what a mental age, MA, is about. But chronological age is what your biological age is about, right? So the biological age of the birth. Okay, so a bright child's mental age is more than his or her chronological age. For a dull child, their mental age is below than the chronological age. Like I know some people also, they are 20, 25, 20, they're post 27 also, but still their behavior, the way of thinking is so immature, so you feel like, oh, he's actually 27. Like, is this the 27-year-old person behaves? So that is something here what Alfred Binet and Theodore Simon has said in 1905. Underline these things, guys. Okay, now this is very important. In 1912, William Stern, a German psychologist, devised the concept of intelligence quotient. Okay, IQ. आईक्यू हमने बहुत सुना कि तेरा आईक्यू बहुत कम है, योर आईक्यू इज वेरी लेस, ओ योर आईक्यू इज टू मच, ओ द पर्सन इज वेरी इंटेलिजेंट. हाउ डू यू मेजर इट? बाय दिस. IQ refers to the mental age divided by the chronological age and multiplied by 100. ठीक है? The number 100 is used as a multiplier to avoid the decimal point. When the MA is equals the CA, the IQ equals 100. If MA is more than CA, IQ is more than 100. IQ becomes less than 100 when MA is. So basically, it all depends on MA, mental age here. Okay? For example, a 10-year-old child with a mental age of 12 would have an IQ of 120. Okay? Whereas the same child with an MA, means mental age of 7, would have had an IQ of 70. Okay? The average IQ in the population is 100 irrespective of the age. IQ scores are distributed in a population. अब please remember this, ये जो है ना, we have to remember this. ठीक है? इसको कहते हैं normal curve. इसको कहते हैं normal curve. ठीक है? I'll try to show it here also. So IQ scores are distributed. So your MA on your CA into 100 is your IQ. ठीक है? IQ ऐसे जा रहा है, ठीक है? So IQ MA CA into 100. ठीक है? Then the frequency distribution for the IQ scores tends to approximate a bell-shaped curve called the normal curve. This type of distribution is symmetrically around the central value, okay, called the mean. ठीक है, ये आपका mean है. This is your mean, this is your average. ठीक है, तो 100 उन्होंने average निकाली है. Now we done make it. And please Something like this. I hope it's visible, okay? Something like this. But it's very much visible um on your books also. ठीक है? तो ये है आपका mean and this is like a bell shaped kind of a curve that has happened. ठीक है? This type of distribution is symmetrically around the central value. Central value क्या है आपकी 100. ठीक है, इसको हम मीन बुलाते हैं. ओके, symmetrical value called the mean. The distribution of IQ scores in the form of the normal distribution is shown in the figure 1.2. ये रहा आपका. So let's study this. ठीक है, the mean score, IQ score, is the population in which the 100 people with IQ scores in the range. So this is like a very common sort of the IQ score that people have, which is 100. ठीक है, then ये आपका रेंज करता है people with IQ scores of range 90 to 110 is the normal intelligence जैसे लोग की होती है. ठीक है, those with IQ below than 70, ये रहा आपका 70. तो 90 to 110, जैसे ये जो है आपका this part is where the maximum of the population comes from, इसलिए ये सबसे ज्यादा heightened है. जब ये 70 के below होता है, when it is below than 70, then there are 1, 2, 3, 4 categories. Okay, the first one that comes from 70 to 60 or to 55 is mild. Okay, that's not that bad, it's still mild. And this is low average. ठीक है, लो IQ लोग जो होते हैं वो 70 के बिलो होते हैं. ठीक है, उसमें माइल्ड आता है. नाउ 55 to 45 is moderate, 45 to 35 is severe and 35 to 0 is profound. मतलब you need to see a therapist at that time or a psychologist, या जो भी, अगर बच्चों में है तो चाइल्ड साइकोलॉजिस्ट. ठीक है, अब फ्रॉम 110 अगर आता है मोर देन 110 देन इट्स हायर एवरेज. ठीक है, 120 से भी आगे आता है तो सुपीरियर. बट अगर 130 से भी आगे आता है विच इज वेरी वेरी सुपीरियर. ठीक है, सो इसमें आपका आता है हायर एवरेज, सुपीरियर एंड वेरी सुपीरियर. ठीक है, this range has been given here also. Now the percentage above 130, very superior, 2.2 people. This is the percentage of the population which is given. 1.2 superior, 6.7. ठीक है, 110 higher average, 16.1 people, बहुत कम. And again below 70 जो होती है वो 2.2 की percentage पे होता है. All persons do not have the same intellectual capacity. Some are exceptionally bright, some are exceptionally below average also. One practical use of intelligence test is to identify persons at the extremes of intellectual functioning. If you prefer to table 1.1, you will notice that about 2% of the people, जो ये आपकी ये वाली है, वो है above average 130 के and below average 130 के. ठीक है,